Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special Final Fantasy draft here on the channel. Today, we are joined by a mainstay of the Magic the Gathering world. He makes tons of draft videos on YouTube. You know him, you love him as NumotTheNummy, Kenji Egashira. Welcome to the channel.
Wow, I feel so special. You tell that to every guest, though. I'm sure I'm just another pleb. Don't mind me.
No, I give special intros just for you because you are one of the best possible guests for the channel because everyone already knows all of your stuff and loves watching you draft. So having you on the channel is really fantastic. What are your thoughts on Final Fantasy just before we dive in?
Yeah, overall, I think it is actually very good. One thing I don't like, generally speaking, and maybe this is just a product of me playing so much, is the special guest cards. I don't mind their power level, so to speak. You know, the crazy good. You know, I don't want to see Atraxa. I don't mind fatal push type stuff, but when I go to into a draft environment, unless it's like a flashback draft, I don't want to play against cards I've already played against before, you know? That I think
Mm-hmm.
that is the one thing for me personally. Now, I know a lot of people actually like the special guests, but I think overall the format is good.
Yeah. I think the thing about the special guest cards is the artwork is so wonky sometimes that it makes it like hard sometimes to know what the card is. Like especially in this one, there's some cards that look like they're red cards even though they're white cards. And that's gotten me a couple times, like Squall or Danitha or whatever. But are there any color combinations other than the special guest? Are there any color combinations that you especially like drafting, or avoid drafting on the flip side of that?
I wouldn't say I particularly avoid anything, although I have um, a tendency to draft either white or black decks, or
Mm-hmm.
white-black decks for that matter. But yeah, mostly I am looking to draft white or black in this format. I don't know, man. Anytime I see a white mage's staff, I'm just like, oh, I gotta take it. Even if
Yeah.
it's pick two, oh, I gotta take it. That's a sign. White mage's staff.
Yeah, it's definitely a really strong card and one of the ones that maybe looks like less good than it is because it's like, oh, it's a 2 mana 2/2 that has like kind of lifelink, but not really. And then you play it in a couple of decks and you're like, oh, this just powers up everything I want to be doing with my white
Exactly.
decks. Yeah. So as we dive into the draft, do you have any like I mean White Mage's Staff is a card we'll keep an eye out for, obviously. Are there any cards that you think that you are uniquely fond of that you don't think other players like as much?
Ooh, I think there are quite a few of them. I'll note them if we see
Excellent.
any in the draft. How about that?
Excellent. Perfect. That's exactly what we're hoping for. Because it's always
Yeah,
fun to get like that new perspective of like, okay, people often they've watched my stuff, so they know which cards I really like. But seeing some of the other things is always interesting.
sure.
Okay, pack one, pick one. We have opened up Darkness Crystal, which is a rare I've never played. And then there's plenty of strong uncommons and commons to talk about. Where's your eye drawn in this pack?
Sure. So at the beginning of the format, I actually hated every single one of the crystals. But as time has progressed, I think the darkness crystal has shot up in my opinion. I think that is the most playable of the
Mm-hmm.
crystals. I really like that card. I
Yeah,
think the static effect of just being able to gain some life is pretty handy. And then if you ever get to start activating the ability, it's really hard to lose. So
yeah.
you were asking about cards that that maybe people overlook. I think Darkness Crystal might actually be one of them.
Yeah, should we? Is it the sort of card that you would first pick, or is it the sort of card that you're hoping to get past later? Like, would we take Sephiroth's intervention and try to wheel Crystal, or what do you
No,
want?
I think I'm going to take Darkness Crystal here just for the
Nice.
fun of it. I also like, I
Yeah,
mean, going through this pack, there's Fire Magic, Shantado,
yeah,
you said the intervention.
yeah,
Those are the four cards I'm looking at the most.
yeah. But this is definitely the most unique one. I didn't even clock this card on my radar, so it's exciting to potentially get to try it out.
Perfect. Well,
Yeah.
then we'll take it and we'll see what we can do with it.
Exciting. What I like to say is that if the deck does well, it's because the guest helped me draft a masterpiece. But if it loses, it's clearly just pilot error. So you come out ahead either way
Absolutely.
in that equation.
Absolutely.
So we've got a Darkness Crystal. The next pack has potentially Sleep Magic. There is Gaius von Belsar as another black card. There's Ultimacia if we wanted to get to two colors. Our favorite White Mage's Staff, Dragoon's Wyvern, Thunder Magic. Lots of options here.
Yeah, after first picking the Dark Crystal, I like leaning towards removal spells after that just to kind of help
Mm-hmm.
utilize the ability. Now, obviously, it's nice to have more black cards because you can utilize, you know, get
Yeah.
the cost reduction with the crystal. But I'm gonna lean towards taking the Thunder Magic here, I think.
Yeah.
Um, just after taking the crystal first. I think it's versatile, fits into any deck really. It's good early, it's good late. I think it does
Yeah.
everything we want it to. Plus, I think black red is real good in this format if it tends to be open.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those color combinations that can kind of play all sorts of roles. I've had aggressive black red decks, defensive black red decks. It just depends on
Hmm.
which cards you see. Suplex, unfortunately, I don't think this works the way we would want it to with Darkness Crystal. Uh, though,
No, no,
'cause,
no, but that's fine.
yeah, it's still a solid card.
Yeah. No,
Another white
what
mage
I'm most
staff.
sad about now, yeah, is that back-to-back white mages staff after I was just hyping it up, and now we're immediately passing it pick 2 and 3. So
Yeah,
somebody's gonna have a crazy white deck to our left, but maybe that's okay. Maybe we'll get rewarded in the
yeah,
second pack as they're passing all this stuff to us.
yeah. I think this is a pretty clear suplex for us at the moment. Um, just get another removal spell to go with this kind of black red deck we're building at the moment. We don't have to be black, but it's a nice little start regardless.
Yeah.
This is another one of the crystals. Again, we didn't even note this one, but I put this in a deck one time. It was mediocre at best.
I mean, that one's very strong too. It's not like the blue one, right? That one actually has some nice utility. Oh,
Yeah,
there's a good pickup.
yeah. Fatal push, I assume.
Yep.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the only card I see here, and
yeah.
it goes really nicely with the darkness crystal.
Speaking of the through the ages cards that are from other sets, Fatal Push, the classic. It is funny of the crystals. The white one I've only seen in play once, and my opponent had stolen my Primeval Titan and hit me with it one time. So they had enough mana to play the white crystal and activate it in the same turn. And I was like, wow, if
Jeez.
because they because they had used Zidane, so that it like gave them a treasure. So it was like they went from like 6 mana to 10 mana in one turn cycle. And so I was like, oh, this is the only time the white crystal has ever been good. Just
Wow,
yeah.
that's absurd.
Yeah, so there's Fatal Push, Call them out, and Chocobo probably in second, though there's a couple of other
Yeah, I mean,
reasonable cards there.
that Chocobo is very, very good. One of the better green commons, certainly. But we've got a great start here, so no complaints at all.
Yeah, exactly. In this pack, there is Evil Reawakened and probably Opera Love Song as red-black options, and then like Zidane if we wanted to dip into white mana.
And I think Evil Reawakened is really good, especially with Malboros. I don't really care
Oh.
for what's it called, the Hill Giant, the
Hill
something Hill
Gigas.
Giant, the red one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah, that one.
Gigas, or the Gigas, or however it's
Right.
pronounced. I've never
But
played Final
no,
Fantasy, so I'm not good with the names.
same here. But no, I think Malboro is one of the better of the land cyclers. I think Rexar generally takes the cake as number one, but Reawakened with Malboro is very, very good.
Yeah, and then the white one is just like, what are you doing there? Like the Cloudbound
Yeah,
Moogle
a
or
little
whatever.
little bit
Like,
too low on the stats.
yeah, somebody compared it to Healing Salve versus Ancestral Recall and Lightning Bolt, which
Yep,
was a hilarious
exactly.
comparison I saw. Okay, so there's another Evil Reawakened. Do you play multiple copies of this card?
That one I will. I mean, having two. So the awkward thing is that red black makes a lot of tokens.
Mm-hmm.
Oftentimes, you don't actually have a super high creature count, so we will need to pay attention to that.
Mm-hmm.
You could also consider, if we wanted to get cute, we could take the vanilla here.
Yeah.
I don't think that
Uses-
necessarily would be a bad thing.
Yeah.
You
If
know
you
what?
were
Let's
drafting.
go with the vanilla since we already have one evil reawakened, and like I'm
Yeah.
saying, the red black deck has a lot of tokens, anyways.
Mm-hmm. This is like a card you could splash. We could also just move to black green if red doesn't seem open, or
Yeah,
even
for sure.
Yeah. The deck is progressing nicely here. Now Judge Magister has to be one of your favorite cards if you're loving black white in the format.
Actually, I don't really care for it that much, but it is good in that deck. The nice thing
Mhm.
about it is that it tends to wheel, or as in this case here,
Yeah.
get it really late.
Yeah.
But I think one of my favorite cards is also in this pack, and that's the Black Mage's Rod. Man, I think that card is just so good. We're already leaning into that direction, anyways. It's crazy that the 2 power pushes it so far ahead of most of the other cheap equipment that you just add a lot of poke damage so easily.
Yeah, I like it when there's a moment where they're like, I love this card, and you haven't quite yet named it. I'm like, I'm hoping it's Black Mage's Rod, because otherwise I'm going to be a little confused. Okay, so we're starting to get like later in the pack, so the stuff is maybe dropping off a little bit. There's a Insomnia to speculate into white. There's a couple of random green cards. I guess Prister's Wanderings could be okay.
Yeah, that's where I'm leading with this pack. I think that's a really good green trick. I use that more as a trick than anything else.
Yeah.
Pumps your chocobos mid combat in addition to like the +1/+1. Wow, it's some crazy wheels here for pick 9.
This
Actually,
is insane. Yeah, There's a Town Greeter, a Gone, and a Shantoto here. Honestly, a
Hmm.
tricky
I
pick.
mean,
I
I
mean,
think we have to
Shantoto's
go with
not in here.
the town greeter just
Yeah,
because we already have the vanilla and the Precious Wanderings now. I think that is one of the best green commons, if not like the best green common. So
yeah,
that's a really good
yeah.
sign for taking that now. I do kind of wish I had taken the second Evil Reawaken. Oh, I guess we took vanilla, didn't we?
Yeah, we got Vanille with that pick. So this
Okay,
pack
yeah,
is,
yeah, no
oh my
worries
gosh,
then.
and we wheeled Gaius from this pack too. This was like
Woohoo!
the only black card in the whole pack. So another combo with Town Greeter for sure.
You know, if you wanted to have fun, you could take Tifa. We already have the Precious Wanderings, and we have like Rod to pump it up as well, and Evil Reawakened.
Okay, I always want to have
This
fun,
is
and
you're
I,
playing the matches, but the Tifa here could be good.
okay, we're doing it. I mean, I hadn't even considered it, but like, when other chance am I gonna get to play Tifa? I mean,
Yeah,
it's a sick card. Um, yeah, I didn't even see that like kind of combo. I guess we can just take red removal. We're kind of like Jundy
yep,
stuff right now.
for sure.
Yeah, it's always good to keep your eye out for combos with cards that you haven't really played with a ton. Like I don't know. Oh my gosh, it's
Wow,
all
this is a
coming
very
together.
late call the mountain. Yeah,
Yeah, it's funny because like there's some cards like Town Greeter, like Call the Mountain Chocobo that are I think partly good because you get them so late. So when they go in your deck, they go alongside other good cards that you got earlier, if that
for
makes sense.
sure.
It's
Yeah,
like I got Call the Mountain Chocobo, we got like 3 cards left in the pack, and so we got to take other red cards a lot higher, and so it's like they perform well because of that. Oh my gosh, random encounter.
I tried a random encounter deck once. It did not perform.
that's that's a sentence that has been uttered many times. I tried a random encounter deck once.
Yeah, one
I
time.
I also put it in a deck one time, and I cast it for 6 mana and hit 0 creatures, and was like, "Oh, that's not good." Okay, in this pack, there's Choco Comet, Sephiroth's Intervention, a few other cards. What do you like here?
Let's see. Could you change the view real quick? Let's just take a
Yeah,
peek at the layout.
I'll just remove this card real quick.
Yep. So I guess we're pretty even all around. I mean,
Yeah, black is probably our least
green.
color. Four,
Yeah, yeah.
four. Actually, it's 4, 4, 3.
I think I like the black cards more than the green cards. The Call and the Light of Judgment were late. So Comet is really, really good, but I think here I'm still going to take the Intervention.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
think we're going to see a lot of black from this direction.
yeah,
So,
that makes sense.
oh,
And
there's a
then
bolt there? Is that what
there's
that
a
is?
that is a lightning bolt. Yeah, Thrum of the
Okay, all right.
Vestige, as it's known. I feel like this deck also could be easily be like a black green deck that splashes red for removal spells, and
Yeah,
splashing a double red card would be trickier. Like that is like a potential vision for the deck as well. Um,
definitely. Let's see. Town Greeter and a Suplex, but no, I'm just going to take the bolt here, I think.
I would be willing to bet that the Town Greeter wheels.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as
The
well.
last
The
one
the other
wheeled
ones
as
were
well.
coming so late, so
Yeah. Have you ever played with Ultima Origin of Oblivion?
I don't. I mean, I think the card is playable. I don't like it particularly. To me, it's mainly just a 5 mana 4/4 flyer, which is
Yeah.
okay in
Yeah.
limited. I think people always hype up the fact that you can screw somebody or whatever, and
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah, I had a opponent slowly like I was missing my land drop, so they were slowly like taking out my black sources that I would need. Like
Oh, sure,
it was
yeah,
like it's like slowly you're like, oh no, this is slowly not gonna work out,
yeah,
but
yeah,
it
yeah.
ended up being fine. Okay, here there's Farseek, so we're seeing all sorts of powerful through the ages cards. So we could use this if we were trying to play a Jund deck. There's also Summon Cerberus as an option. Yeah, couple of powerful
See,
spells there.
I think I'm taking the Cerberus.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, we already have so much removal that maybe it's not going to be that good.
Mm-hmm.
But with something like called the Mountain Chocobo, it's still really, really nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great target for like Evil Reawaken, and that's the thing. Your opponents are always going to want to kill that if they can, right? Just because of the threat, and
Yeah.
so that makes it a nice target to recur.
Yeah, the double red cost is not that big of a worry. I guess we could just play red as a main color, switch back to
Yeah.
red black. Here's Marlborough, which you said you liked with the
Yep.
Evil Reawakened. There's a rat, I guess. Not really a ton of other options in our colors. Rydia's Return has been an underwhelming card for me. I feel like I put this in my deck and I always expect it to be great, and then I always feel sad when it's actually in my
Yeah.
hand.
Usually, I want a fat Chocobo when I have Rydia's Return, so that if I do want to give the tramp or the +3/+3, the trample is also a hit there as well. But yeah, I'm taking Malboro out of this pack. I actually like the Dire Rat quite a bit as well. It's just an early game play that gives you a little bit of value, but I think
Yeah,
Malboro makes the most sense.
Yeah, Marlboros are just been like really like one of those ones where you're like, please don't have Marlboro, please don't have Marlboro, please don't have Marlboro.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
those cards tend to be like good gut check cards.
Yep.
Okay, another interesting pack. There's a land in case we go full Jund. There's a town greeter
Yeah.
again.
I think I will go with the town greeter here, or that's where I lean towards.
Hmm.
Because if I'm gonna take fixing, town greeter is kind of like fixing anyways over the
Yeah.
land.
Yeah. And we're
And
getting to fill our
like,
deck, fill our graveyard.
yeah, I feel like, man, I feel like we could even. No, that's fine. We'll take the town greeter here. I don't mind the chocobo racetrack, but I
Yeah.
don't think that's necessarily the pick over the greeter.
Yeah. I had this with Prime Time one time, and that was the
Well,
dream
it's
that I wanted to be
yeah,
living.
pretty good.
Realm sketching. This is I've heard of a favorite of yours, though it's nowhere near what
That
we're
is.
drafting. Yeah.
No, no, no. I think that card is just always good. I mean, there are some awkward situations with it, but
I
generally, I think
think,
that's one of the
yeah.
better
I
good
think the
cards.
first I had never played this card, and then I think I was streaming one time, and somebody was like, Kenji really likes this card, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll take it, I'll try it. Um, there's Fight On, which goes well with our town greeters.
I
Um,
think we're just taking the Prompto here.
oh yeah, the 2-drop.
I mean, if you look at click on the deck box and look at the creature count, I don't think it's very high, is it?
Oh yeah, yep,
7 right
yep.
now?
Good
Yeah.
call. 7. Fight On is not looking great here. There's another Prompto. There's the Balam T-Rexor. There's a land.
Yeah, I guess we take the Rexar now.
Yeah, this is kind
I
of a
don't know.
sweet like Jund deck.
I feel like yeah, I'm kind of leading you down the wishy-washy route, but we're seeing a lot of good cards in all three of these colors, so
Yeah. And sometimes the wishy-washy route just really works out because you just like have enough cards that do the thing. Man, this got to be
yeah.
painful.
Oh
Seeing
no, no. What pick is this? 7?
pick 8.
God, or pick 8. We could have had 3 of them. Oh god. I mean, at this
Yeah,
point, I guess you just take the fight on. You
yeah.
might not end up running it, but
The staff is funny one too because it's like it's a card we would have been willing to potentially like we almost considered second picking it, and so seeing one
I
pick 8 is
know.
always like, oh gosh. It's almost like you almost can't even see it as a signal sometimes because if other people are passing it pick 8, it's like, oh, is wide open or do just people not like this
Yeah.
one particular white
Yeah.
card? Yeah, we just get a world map for potential fixing,
Yep.
even though
That
it's not the
sounds right.
greatest. But yeah, have you ever played instant ramen in your deck?
I haven't built a ramen deck yet, but I do think the card is playable in the right shell.
Yeah,
Um, the more control-y decks or whatever, I think are fine within. There's some artifact synergies, of course.
yeah. I've occasionally played it as like
Yeah.
if you I had the Edgar coin flip guy that like draws cards based on artifacts.
Oh,
So
sure, sure, sure.
yeah, I had him for there. Magic Pot's been a disappointment though. Like
I don't
I
think
don't
I've played that once. No.
I don't think I've seen.
Take
I know
the
I saw it in
Prompto.
play once,
Yeah.
and I was immediately like, okay, I have to win this game now. Like, I can't lose to that. It looks like we're just being red black almost. Like our green cards. We have a few good green cards, but they seem like more supporty green cards.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing is, I think no matter what route you end up here, you'll have enough playables in pack 3. You know.
Yeah, every card is currently like pretty solid except random encounter, but
Yeah.
we've got a lot of good options here.
Yeah. Just the bow.
Wow,
Oh, there you go. Gungaga.
land wheels anyway. So potentially just playing a splashy play everything approach here. Ooh, so pack 3. Where would you like rate our deck? Like if this was like your deck at like Arena Open Day 2, would you feel like good about where the deck was, or would you feel like you needed some extra help in pack 3?
I like the overall position because I don't think you would need too many one way or another. You could just build straight up 2-color. You already have, 2 maps in the land and 2 town greeters and Prishes if you wanted to go 3. So I think this is a fine spot to be in.
Yeah, and in pack 3, like what colors do you think we're going for? Like, should we take a side quest hunt the mark? Are we more of a katana deck? Um,
I think they're both incredible. I love Side the Mark though, or whatever, Hunt the Mark.
yeah, this card's fantastic. Definitely
Yeah,
really
it's just been
strong.
going up and up and up in my opinion. Plus, with all the other removal, it turns into a win con for us.
Yeah, I think this pack is going to be real good to us. Here, there's Final Days. There's another Thunder Magic. There's even like Reach the Horizon, which isn't like a card I think we can take here, but is interesting. Yeah, I think these are the two main options: Thunder or Final Days. Our creature count's really low though, so Final Days isn't the greatest.
I still think I lean toward the Final Days actually, since we already have so much cheap removal. I
Yeah,
don't know if a
Lightning Bolt,
Thunder.
Thunder, Battle of the Bridge.
Yeah, I don't think another Thunder Magic is going to help us as much as the 2 creatures.
Yeah, that makes
Even
sense
even
as
4
well.
mana for 2/2/2s is fine. It doesn't need to have too much value later on, you know?
Also great with Cerberus as like a
Yep.
make a bunch of
Yep.
tokens. Like when you're making like
Exactly.
4 tokens with that card, it's pretty messed up. Oh my gosh! Now there's a red green rare.
That one
Power up our
sucks. It's
vehicles.
just yeah. Well, let's put it there. It's 3 mana for 3 reach. That's not terrible stat wise, but
Yeah, you're not putting this in the same deck as your vehicles.
no,
Um,
no, no.
there's that. There's Gardener. There's Rod. I mean, I guess Black Mage's Waltz is in our colors. The rare is unplayable.
So I don't really care for the waltz. I think the Black Mage's Rod is just the easy pick here, and I think at this point I'm just gonna like cut the green completely.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
I kind of
I
like that
think going
approach.
straight red black here at this
Yeah,
point, and you can cut the maps as well.
yeah. Our deck is looking pretty clean. Okay. Now there is Fire
Well,
Magic.
there's a
There's another town
cloud,
breeder.
unfortunately.
Unfortunately, or
Um,
fortunately, we can always audible back.
so I'm probably gonna just take the hill Gygas here.
Yeah,
I
give us
don't
another
really
top
see
end
the
threat.
need for fire magic. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. It's just infinite removal already as it is. The hill
Yeah,
Gygas fixes your mana. It's good with the final days. Good with reawakened.
yeah, that makes sense. And now there's Overkill.
Okay, I mean,
Wow.
yeah, you can't pass that one.
When you see this pack, it's like, okay, red black is a good spot for us because there's this, there's Prompto, there's Vane's Treachery, and even Blazing Bomb might be okay. So like, there's
Yeah,
so many
totally
cards in this
fine.
pack for us, and like Overkill pick 5 is kind of crazy. Oh my gosh, we're definitely not a fight
It
on deck.
absolutely
I'm
is.
just gonna cut that for
Nope.
now.
Nope.
That is not something we are interested in. But Overkill is a big yes. Oh my gosh, I love
Okay, that is
Sorceress's
good in this
Schemes.
deck too. Yeah.
I once have you ever gotten 2 Sorceress's Schemes in a deck?
No, no,
They,
you just chain them back or do some
they,
weird thing, trigger stuff.
Yeah, no, they loop together because you can get a card back from exile.
Yep,
So
yep.
if you get to 10 mana, which I may or may not have done, you go Sorceress Schemes, get back your old one, cast it, you get back 1 extra spell per cycle. So I just made them
Yeah,
sack a
yeah.
creature every turn. They were in the abyss. They had no creatures. It was great. Red black land for fixing or Tonberry for aggression. Or I guess another Gigas.
We're at 21 cards right now. I'd
We could
still
always,
probably take the land, but
yeah.
then there's the chance that you get a couple of cards you don't really want.
Or we just
Um,
splash a Vanille or something, which isn't the end of the
yeah,
world.
yeah, yeah. The lands. I don't care for Tonberry.
Yeah, Tonberry has been much weaker than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Now have you ever played Capital City? Do you like this card?
Yeah, all the time I play it. Like I'll shove it into any 2-color deck just because, it lets me run my 17 lands without fear of flooding as much necessarily because I'll just cycle it away. I'll probably just take the Blazing Bomb here in this deck
Yeah, just make sure we get to
because you have a lot.
playables.
Yeah, you have a surprising amount of ways to trigger it.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah, the
bit of a
the the,
whiff.
the red green land is interesting.
We have now 2 red green lands plus we could like play a world map. So with one
Hmm.
mount with one forest, we could easily splash a Vanille if we wanted to. Or
Yeah, yeah.
okay, another Light of Judgment maybe. I don't think we're a Freya deck.
Uh, I don't think so. I actually like Vincent's Limit Break a lot. How many creature? What's the creature count at?
We have 7 creatures.
Yeah, probably not good enough there. Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
just take the Crescent. Actually,
All
I
right.
don't think you're
Yeah.
not gonna. Well, it doesn't matter, but
Yeah. Probably not gonna play that. Sabotender Hill Gigas number 2.
I think you'd rather just have a random 2-drop. Like I think that's gonna be better than what Shopkeep in this deck.
Yeah, Sabotender was one of my cards that I thought was going to be good when I first read it, and then it has not turned out to be that good in actual
No.
in actual
Though
practice.
I think in this deck any 2-drop is fine, just given how much removal's in it.
Yeah, exactly. There's Q-Troop, I guess we could take. They're both kind of mid.
Oh, I guess yeah. No, either way is fine. Doesn't really
Yeah.
matter.
Okay, so after the draft, we're during deck building. How do you feel about how the draft went in terms of like power level of the deck, the card quality we've got? I mean, we have so much removal, which has got to be a good feeling.
That's the thing. Yeah, I think with as much removal as there is, I'm not really concerned that the creature quality, especially the 2-drops, are a little bit lackluster. I mean, the Shopkeep is kind of whatever. The Promptos are fine, but kind of whatever. The Sabotenders, those all feel more filler-ish to me. But
Hmm.
if your opponent doesn't have any creatures, it doesn't matter what you're killing them with.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess we could just put this in for the practice. I don't think we want to splash though. Vanille is a tempting card to splash, especially with 2 reactors. If we
Yeah,
see,
I think just straight red black makes sense.
yeah, our mana is really
Um,
consistent. We have to make 2 cuts here. We could cut a land maybe, though, with the two
yeah, with two
cyclers.
land cyclers, it's not crazy to cut a land. Although given the
We
number
have
of
good.
4 drops,
Yeah, we
yeah,
have a lot of stuff to spend our mana on. We could use this eventually. We can use this eventually. We have flashback spells. So I guess one
yeah,
Light of Judgment is a potential cut in my initial estimation, and then like one of our
yep,
bad two
I think so.
drops. Um,
Yeah. Um, I think I'd
Shopkeep
rather
might be
have the
better.
2 toughness on the shopkeep than
Yeah,
the
than a
one of the.
Sabotender.
Yeah.
Like trim one, and then
Yep.
ship it.
I think
Yeah.
that looks like a good deck. Let's sell one,
Excited.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8+ removal spells
Yeah,
is pretty. That's not counting the ways to like buy them back or
that's
Cerberus
going to be pretty
doubling.
hefty. Our Cerberus is going to be great in this deck. We have so many instants and sorceries. We have, yeah, this deck looks really, really great. Thank you so much for coming on as a guest. Where can people find your? I mean, I'm sure everyone knows where to find your stuff already, but if they haven't somehow heard of your stuff, where can they find your content?
Sure, I'm streaming every weekday from about 6 a.m. Pacific till around noon Pacific, twitch.tv/NumotTheNummy, or you can just search YouTube for NumotTheNummy and I should probably pop up.
Or you just search MTG Draft on YouTube and you'll pop up.
Sure.
So
Yeah,
we have
yeah,
links to all that in the description down below. Thank you so much, Kenji, for coming on as a guest. It was great having you, and I'll see the rest of you in the games.
crush it.
Before I get to the games, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the people who support my channel and my work at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. If you have been enjoying my videos, if you like it when I bring on special guests like Kenji NumotTheNummy, then Patreon is the way to give back to the channel, help me make more cool videos going forward, and gain access to cool bonus resources like my card by card tier list and my For My Thoughts document and other cool rewards. I want to give a special shout out to those patrons who support at the credits level. It makes a huge difference. And without further ado, let's get to the games. Welcome to round number 1. Once again, huge shout out to Kenji NumotTheNummy for coming on as a guest. It was so awesome to hear his perspective on the format, and he helped us draft a pretty sweet deck that I do not think I would have drafted myself. So I'm really excited. We're going to keep this hand. I think his YouTube channel is fantastic. He is really, really good at what he does, and I feel very grateful that he was willing to take the time to spend a little of his give us a little of his insight, and so it was great to get his thoughts. And of course, you can find more of his thoughts just watching him operate. We're just going to play this pretty straightforward. If they have syncopate, they have syncopate. Not the end of the world. We of course would like to draw some lands at some point. I think keeping 2 landers on the draw when you have a couple of cheap spells is generally pretty reasonable. So we will see how it turns out in practice, but I think this is generally a pretty reasonable hand, especially because we do have 2 land cyclers in the deck, so we have about 17 good draws with the 2 land cyclers and the 15 remaining lands in our deck, so not feeling that bad about this keep. I do, of course, feel the pressure to perform now because we had a master come and help us draft, and so when you've got that extra level of skill at your disposal, you want to be able to really perform a good well with the deck. Oh gosh. They're not falling for my trap, are they? Okay. Well, I hate to see this. We're going to do this so we can use it plus suplex. We would have loved to draw a land so we could play Rod plus Blazing Bomb this turn. Okay. Are they going to cast a 2-drop here? That's fine. Do they have Precious Wanderings? That's also fine. Gosh, I really hope they don't have Precious Wanderings. I think we just have to let them get their value here for the time being. Precious Wandering seems like a very reasonable card for them to have. Okay, they surveilled both away. Okay. Missing a land drop was not ideal this game. So they're going to Shantota. They're going to flashback Dreams of Laguna. And we just accept the fact that they've gotten plenty of value. And now we are in a bit of a deficit, but we're not out of it by any means. We have our own value. And we can maybe use this Cerberus to really good advantage. Ooh, Darkness Crystal could be good. Unfortunately, we kept a 2-lander and we have not gotten there. So this is one of those games that you just kind of chalk up to variance, chalk up to a sketchy opening hand that didn't really get there. Now, we're not guaranteed to lose, but it's really not looking good for us, having missed so many land drops and just not being able to do anything. We do finally draw the land. I think Cerberus is going to just die, so we just play the Darkness Crystal here. They aren't likely to have a counter spell, and this will make our spells cheaper to cast, which will let us play a side quest, Hunt the Mark, which will get us a treasure, and kill one of their hopefully more important creatures, gain us a couple life. Non-token creatures only, of course. I don't think we need the swamp now. It's funny because if we'd drawn that earlier, it would have been perfect for us, but that's how it goes. It looks like they might be horribly flooded. Like, they have just, like, nothing to do with their mana. Or they just have all removal spells. That could also be a thing. They just don't have an answer to summon GF Cerberus in their hand when they have 7 cards. Okay, they have a suplex. Yep. Fair, fair. If only this didn't say non-token, it would be so much more useful for us right here. I think we're dead. We had such a clunky draw. It has to be non-token. They've only played tokens. We know they have the land here. Yep. That's just unfortunate. The game really did not develop well. This was a bad matchup as well, I think, because they didn't have the creatures to go with the Darkness Crystal. Maybe I shouldn't have played the Darkness Crystal that turn. It felt reasonable at the time, because if they play any creature that I can kill with side quest Hunt the Mark, I start gaining life, I start being able to activate it, it really snowballs, but they just played only tokens, and that was really a good play against the Crystal. So I will see you folks next round. Welcome to another round. We'll keep this. I feel like our opening hands recently, when I've had guests on, my opening hands have been like abnormally bad, or getting punished for like keeping like reasonable hands. Like this hand, if it had a mountain instead of a swamp, I'd be able to get my Blazing Bomb into play. And I still need to draw a 4th land to be able to like develop properly, which I'm worried about being able to do. Monk's Fist, sure. No attacks. Like, am I just not going to hit my 4th land drop in this hand and like everything falls apart? I will trade here. Yeah, we'll trade. Wall of Omens, okay. Give me a land, please, deck. Thank you. Okay. Lead with the Final Days. Because next turn we can play Call the Mountain Chocobo and then play the land immediately. So this just gives us some options. I don't think we're going to want to overkill plus suplex in the same turn. Memories remaining. Okay, so it's a bunch of choices here. What are the cards? Okay, we don't want them to have Gallicat. We're okay with any of the others. They take Gallicat, of course. Put a card on the bottom of our opponent's library. We will have them ditch. I think Weapons Vendor is kind of annoying. Zach Fair is kind of annoying. We'll take the Weapons Vendor, though. Take that one out there. Zach Fair, they have to hold up the mana for. Okay, put a card. We'll put the lands on the bottom of the library. Force them to have a tap land, I guess. And they have to discard the hand size now. That's kind of funny. Okay. Yeah, so we'll just play a Call the Mountain Chocobo now. Make sure we hit our lands. There was some argument to playing Prompto and then attacking with everything and suplexing their wall, but I think I'd rather just attack around the wall for now. So they can just play the two cards I know about. If they go Gallicat, Zach Fair, hold up mana, I think we just go Prompto, attack all. Snowvilliers is really a subpar card in my opinion. So it's looking all right here. Maybe Weapons Vendor was going to be more troublesome than... I feel like making them hold up the mana every turn for Zach Fair is kind of okay. I know they didn't replace itself. It's just going to require some extra work, especially because I had the overkill to help me deal with it. We will attack with Blazing Bomb and see what they do. Trade happens, okay. Play this guy. Equip one of our 2/2s, I think. So I guess now it just gets blocked by the wall all day. So our Blazing Bomb traded with Snowvilliers, which is a decent trade. It was going to keep growing, so maybe we didn't want to make the trade, but Snowvilliers was also going to keep growing. So that trade's probably always on the table, and it has Vigilance. I might have made this game unnecessarily difficult for myself. Okay, Ice Magic, sure. So Zach Fair down, kind of. Sure, this is great. They just used a removal spell, so they might not have another. Okay, we definitely want that. They have 4 cards in hand. I know about the Gallicat. Graha Tia, sure. This is actually really good for me. So I want to make sure the copy of Overkill targets the Graha. So I copy it. Because the copy is going to resolve first, and so this way they don't draw a card. And Indestructible won't help them. I think we played this pretty well so far. Okay, we'll trade with Zach Fair. We have so much removal here. Let's just kill the wall, because it's going to gain them a bunch of life by blocking all of our 2/2s for the rest of the game. If they don't kill Cerberus, we get to kill 2 of their creatures anyway. Titus, okay. Galacat, sure. Let's actually just make 9 tokens. That seems like the best policy. Or 7 tokens? Oh, it doesn't copy. Okay, it just makes the base version for the other 2, I guess, because it wasn't cast from the graveyard. Still, that's a lot of tokens. Sure, easy trade. I think that was correct. Killing both their guys seems a little trickier. We just have 8 2/2s in play. Unless they have a board wipe, they can't beat that. Boom! We're on the board. It feels great. Let's get a streak going. See you next round. Welcome to a great hand. This is an easy keep. We have Fatal Push if they have something early. We have Darkness Crystal, which is great with Fatal Push. We have our Hill Gygus to make sure that we can play our spells. This hand would be unkeepable without the Gygus and is great with it. Okay, so we will cycle here. We're trying to develop as smoothly as possible. Okay, so let's go Sabo Tender, Fatal Push. We don't have to be patient with everything for our Darkness Crystal because we have so much removal. But Darkness Crystal plus removal spells is a great place to be. Okay, okay. Come on, land. Booyah, we did it. Okay. This is going to be excellent. Unless they have an artifact kill spell like a Suplex, this is going to get us so much value. Warrior's Sword, sure. Let's use... So we can use Thundara later. Yeah, let's just try to flip our treasure thing. So let's play this. Side quest, Hunt the Mark. Kill Sahagin. Oh, I messed up the tapping. Okay. I could have held up Thunder Magic here. No blocks. Oh, it gets exiled. It's actually kind of a nombo. It doesn't make the treasures. That's kind of funny. I am a little bit nervous here. This could go badly for me. So I gain 2 life. Nice. Suplex, not on the Darkness Crystal, just on the Blazing Bomb. Interesting. Okay, no blocks. That artifact is terrifying, so we're going to kill that. We're just trying to get like survival mode here. Jill, okay. Jill kills a token. Or our Sabotender. Yeah, we're stuck on red mana, so that's actually pretty annoying. Oh, that's a huge draw. Okay. Darkness Crystal. You bounce a token next turn. That's their guy. Play a land to ping them. Okay, another Warrior's Sword. Sure, sure. This is actually very sweet. Hoping that we're not dead here. Just trying to survive. Okay, retrieve the Esper, sure. That's a great draw, okay. So I think because they're a little stuck on lands. Oh, we killed one of their creatures, we get a treasure. Nice. So if we hit a land, then and our guys are pretty much lethal. This thing's going to be unblockable next turn. They might regret not killing the Darkness Crystal with their suplex here. So we've got lethal on board. Let's go. Oh my gosh, what a win. Yes. Oh man, this was a sweet game. Oh, Darkness Crystal, Kenji, you genius. Oh, we got full value. It is a non-bow with the side quest, but who cares? That was sick. See you next round. Welcome to another round. Once again, Hillgeig is coming in clutch. Helping us out here. I don't know why I was going to lead with Swamp there. We're definitely going to Thunder Magic this thing. It's going to trade with our guys. It's going to be annoying. We have so much removal in the deck. Zap. Prompto coming in hot. We're just maximizing our short-term damage here. Playing our red spells as well. That's a fine block from them. Our 2-drops are just filler, which is okay. We'll be fine. Black Mage's Rods plus the Saboteur. We're going to be doing a lot of incremental damage to them, and then if we draw any removal spells, we'll be able to hit them for a bunch. Fenrir, okay. That's a great card to have, especially because they hit their land drop this turn, so they don't have to tap their Gardener. We're definitely not cycling Gygus now. So any removal spells we draw are going to be fantastic. Because they'll ping our opponent for 2, and we'll... Yeah. And then Gygus is coming. Or Gigas? Who knows how it's pronounced. The Fat Chocobo, I see, I see. It's pretty good. We have plenty of kill spells for it. Suplex, eh? But I use Suplex to stop them from drawing a card. I think I want to play Suplex this turn. The question is on what? This thing's going to die anyway. I think letting them draw a card is fine. I could kill the Gardener, but they already have 5 lands in play. It is brickwalling my guys pretty substantially. I think I actually will trade trade the Suplex for one of their... for them drawing a card. Okay. They might attack me with the Fat Chocobo, and then I get to play the Gygus if I draw a land. If I don't draw a land, it's probably a removal spell. If it's a 4-mana removal spell, it gives me a treasure, which then lets me use the Gygus, so that's pretty good. Luckily, the Fat Chocobo is going to die after it only gets 2 attacks, so I'm going to take 10 from it. They have 4 cards in hand. I have 1. The board states this thing, once it dies. I mean, I just have to make sure I survive the 2 hits from it. Oh, gosh. Not good. Okay, give me a land. Gygus would be great here. Beautiful. We don't want to be holding back on defense. Apply the pressure. Force him to have something. Remember, Chocobo gets 1 more hit in. So we're going to be both at low life totals, and I'm going to have a Gygus against their 2 little guys. They have 3 cards in hand. We have the same number of lands. So it's going to be real close here. I have 2 equipments in play, so I think this is actually like a very toss-up kind of game, actually, because my life total is a pretty decent resource here. Because the Chocobo gets 1 more attack in. Okay, Namazu Trader's a good start for them. Now they're at 6, though, so they're going to have to chump block the Gygus. Oh, what a rip off the top of the old library. Okay, I know they could have Marlboros. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I could either go double Black Mage's Rod equip, or I could play side quest Hunt the Mark, kill Namazu Trader. I think that's a way more reliable play, because I was thinking, oh, I'll get the double ping in next turn. That's really bad. That's not what I wanted to see. Did not play around Counterspell because they literally don't have an island in play. That's a... yeah. We're just going to play this safe. We're going to take our time. They don't have a removal spell right now. They didn't have one last turn. If we draw any kill spell now, we just win. And we have like 8 of those in the deck. If they find a kill spell, so be it. So do they have... they probably have Suplex if that's the attack they're making. So I think 1 card is Suplex. Doesn't really help me that much. We'll make our item shop keep a little scarier. If they have Suplex, they'll use it on that. I think being patient is a really important part of Magic. And we assume they have Suplex. We're making them use their Suplex on the item shop keep, which will mean they stop attacking me with Town Greeter, presumably. Another Namazu Trader, okay? There's a draw we wanted. Okay. maximizing every element we can get. Double ping. They have another counter spell. That'd be crazy. Okay. So now they don't have a great blocker here. So now we can finally attack with our Gygas. Summon Fenrir, sure. So we ping them twice, and this also tramples over for one. Oh my gosh, they had a lightning bolt too. That's crazy. So they didn't have suplex. They had lightning bolt. Okay. What a crazy game. I feel like we played that so well. We were so patient. And being patient is the key to victory. So we're at 3-1. I'll see you next round. Or maybe 2-1. Either way, we're doing well. I'll see you next round. Welcome to another round. We're 3-1. We're battling. We've got a fantastic hand here. Oh my gosh. Great removal spells for cheap. Evil Reawaken to buy back any threat. Oh my gosh, another kill spell. We are going to be great. Hill Gygas winning us games. Classic. Okay. We don't really want to kill that right now. But we will. Yeah, I wasn't sure whether to use Fatal Push or Thunder Magic there. Because my red mana is constrained, I figured this would be better. If they ramp something out with Sephiroth's Intervention, we're fine. We can Hill Gygas cycle and then get it back with Evil Reawakened, which is a great combo. Okay, sure. Honestly, normally I'd be okay with Kayn hitting me, but I don't really want to give them cards and treasures. Yeah, let's just be cautious here. They only have one color of mana right now. If I draw a land, yeah, I'm just gonna bring back my Hill Gygas. Because removal spells supplementing a powerful threat is a great combination. And sure, this gets wrecked by summoned by black mages or whatever, or cornered by black mages, however you want to think about it, but I think this is a good spot to be regardless. We just played a 5-mana 7/6 Trampler. That's pretty devastating. Even if they kill it, we still ended up with a nice little bit of value. Umbral Zodiarch. Oh gosh. That's funny. I'm not sure how Light of Judgment interacts with this. This is one of those questions where if there was a judge, I would totally ask them. Okay, we're probably dead here. Zodiarch's pretty devastating here. Oh no, I choked it. Oh, I had him. I could have bolted. Oh no, because I wouldn't have been able to trigger Fatal Push. If I played a land, I could have had him. I was trying to play around Marlborough. If I had kept Thunder Magic, I could have had him. So what I could have done is they put the sacrifice thing on the stack. I kill that guy in response, and then kill the other guy as well, and then they have to sacrifice. Gosh darn it. That was so close to working. Okay, so it wouldn't have worked because they had the Vincent's Limit Break. My out here, I think, is Sorceress's Schemes. Prompto, sure. So I go to 1. So if they have any other spell, I lose. Okay, not that spell. That won't stop me. If I draw Sorceress's Schemes, though, we still win, I think. Oh, no, they just have lethal. Got me. Okay. Gosh, we were actually close. If I had played a land, we could have stopped them. Oh, my. No, because they had the Vincent's Limit Break. We would have almost stopped them. Okay. See you next round. Welcome to another round. We've got the Darkness Crystal ready to go. Okay, so oh, right on cue, buddy. Okay, so I could play this. Play Prompto. All damage all the time. Finn, sure. Maybe I'm supposed to play Blazing Bomb there because I'll be able to trigger it with the Darkness Crystal. If only I'd drawn a mountain. So I make a treasure. Get a mountain. I'm going to leave this thing a secret for the time being. Just play the Chocobo instead for now. Town Greeter, sure. So they're playing red-green, which is a color combination that seems particularly weak to my Darkness Crystal, because they'll play some big creatures I can kill. Play Blazing Bomb. Land. Play Darkness Crystal. Trigger Prompto. So now I'm holding up Overkill. Define trade. So I can eventually kill the Finn. I don't really want to draw Blazing Bomb again here. So I could kill Finn at some point and then get it back, but I'm just going to sit on my removal. They're going to eventually have to play something good, I think. Sure. Or I could overkill and then just activate it, get it back immediately. Because I have so much removal in my deck, I don't need to be that conservative with it. comes out as a 3/5. I always forget that part as well. I guess I should have attacked with Sabotender too, because I can just kill that thing. Yeah. So that trade happens. It gives me another resource. They don't have a way to kill the darkness crystal. Oh my gosh, of course they do. That's so brittle. Oh my gosh. Why? Why? Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. I guess we used our removal slightly aggressively. Wow. I can't believe we're going to lose this game. I can't believe we lost this game. That is incredible, honestly. To be fair, we have drawn so many lands. We got 2 extra from the Mountain Chocobo, but like, come on, deck. We've got 4 spells here, 5th spell, 6th spell, 7th spell. We've drawn 7 spells this game. So that is a fair point. We used Overkill to kill the Finn. We used Sephiroth's Intervention. Maybe we were supposed to wait till end step to use it, though we were going to kill the Gladiolus and that enabled an attack. Killing Finn seemed correct at the time. It gets us a 3/5. We could have kept the Sabotender in play, but it seemed worthwhile to trade to stop jump blocks. And now it just feels like we're dead. We have Sorceress's Schemes as a draw. Sorceress's Schemes would be amazing. Town Greeter. So they only have 1 card in their hand. I'm really worried about their Balam card. Their town that flips. This is such a shame. Such a shame. Maybe our worst spell draw. Luckily, the GF Ifrit's going to die on its own in a second. Sure. We'll buy ourselves a lot of time by double blocking this. We just have all lands. This is so brutal. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 lands, so we have 6 left. If we draw Hill Gygus, we would love that. Yeah, this thing's such a huge issue for us. My gosh. So if we draw a kill spell, no. If we draw a Lightning Bolt, we win, maybe. Yep. Gosh, I can't believe we lost this game. We were in such good shape. It just happens sometimes. You just flood out horribly and lose. Yeah. Imagine if they left themselves dead to a top-decked Hill Gygas. That would be crazy, wouldn't it? Yeah, there's no way they would do that. No way they would do that. I mean, they have a lot of lands in play, but remember, they've played a bunch of Cerberuses and stuff to search them up. Yeah, if we'd drawn this like 14 turns ago, it would have been good. What a frustrating way to lose the draft. Gosh darn it. There's not that many ways to kill artifacts in the set. And they also had to have it that turn or we were going to get a Gladiolus out. So, oh man, that Colosseum Behemoth was devastating. Maybe we're supposed to be patient with Finn and just sit there for a while, but we didn't draw spells, so like we couldn't do anything anyway. We have about a billion, like, I don't know. We only drew like 4, 5, 6, 7 spells that were at relevant times. 8 spells. Just can't win games like that. Oh my gosh, we had him on the ropes. The Darkness Crystal would have gotten him. It just... I killed reasonable targets with it. I killed the Finn. If I'd killed Finn earlier, I could have got him to a lower life total, I think. Like, slightly lower. Because, yeah, and then, like, attacked him a couple more times, maybe. With, like, maybe my 2 to my Prompto or whatever. But I was saving my removal spell for, like, a bigger threat, which was good. And then eventually they, like, seemed like they were out of gas. So we just killed the Finn. Every time I kill Finn, I get punished. But getting a 3/5 Death Toucher was pretty great for me. And, like, let me put pressure on him. It just did not end up working out because we flooded out horribly. That's how it goes, though. It was a really fun deck. Darkness Crystal performed well. It was, like, the card we really wanted to see there. 3-3, not the best record, but, you know, you can't win them all. And I think our deck was still good. And it just ran out of gas down the stretch there. Kind of unfortunate how it panned out. We could have maybe kept Blazing Bomb. I mean, it's, like, funny because, like, we like surveilled, we like put Blazing Bomb on the bottom with an Ice Magic, and then we just never drew another spell. So like, I don't know, we had some good options there. Like, I don't know, felt like our deck was great and just needed a little bit better luck to be able to win some of those games because we just got a little bit stuck on lands that one game, we got flooded that other game, and then magic happens like that sometimes. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks again to NumotTheNummy, Kenji Egashira, for coming on as a guest. It was fantastic having him. So if you made it all the way to the end of the video, leave hashtag Numot in the comment section down below to let me know you made it all the way to the end. I had a ton of fun with this one, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. That's going to do it for this one, though. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.